The reed cormorant's distribution ranges from the coast to inland waters of any size, down to tiny dams and ponds. The reed cormorant feeds on fish and frogs. It is the only gull which in southern Africa can also be found inland. It feeds on offal, scraps, fish, insects, birds' eggs, and young. The darter's distribution is almost any inland water of any size, preferably quiet lakes, small ponds, and slow-flowing rivers. The grey heron is commonly seen wading in shallow water, but will also swim in deeper waters. Food variety is large. The squeaker heron is considered a dwarf heron. It occurs in southern Africa, mainly in the north and east. It prefers inland waters with dense vegetation, quiet backwaters, sluggish rivers and streams. The black-winged stilt is 38 centimeters tall. It forages by wading quickly with high stepping gait in shallow waters. It may submerge head and neck. It prefers shallow waters of estuaries, ponds, dams, sewage ponds, wetlands, and marshes. In ancient Egypt, the sacred ibis was worshipped as the god Thoth, dedicated to protect the people from plagues and serpents, hence the name. It was often mummified and buried together with the pharaohs in their tombs. It occurs in sub-Saharan Africa, Madagascar, and the Middle East. The yellow-billed stork occurs in Africa south of the Sahara. In southern Africa, it is absent from the dry west. The immature bird is grayish-brown with a dull grayish-yellow bill. It attains adult plumage only at 3 years of age. The yellow-billed stork prefers inland waters, rivers, dams, ponds, floodplains, marshes, and occasionally estuaries. The white pelican prefers coastal bays, estuaries, lakes, larger ponds, and dams. Its length ranges from 140 to 178 centimeters. Wingspan can be up to 3 meters. It feeds on fish and some crustaceans. It forages in coordinated groups. When groups are flying, they fly in V formation. The pied kingfisher prefers rivers, lakes, dams, estuaries, canals, and coastal waters. It feeds mainly on fish, but occasionally also on crustaceans and insects. The African fish eagle occurs south of the Sahara. In southern Africa it is absent from the dry west and interior. It prefers large rivers, lakes, ponds and dams, usually with large trees, also coastal lagoons and estuaries. Buffaloes are highly gregarious and associate in herds of 1,000 individuals or more. They are grazers and regularly feed on tall, coarse grasses and play an important role in opening up dense grass stands for species preferring short grass. Both sexes have horns, but those of the bulls are heavier and more robust than those of the cows. Bulls can weigh up to 800 kilograms. Elephants require abundant grazing, browse and permanent water. Food intake is between 150 and 250 kilograms, and water intake is up to 200 liters per day. Only about 40% of dry matter is assimilated, leading to the production of approximately 100 kilograms of dung each day. They feed about 18 hours a day. Because of the large amounts of plant matter in their diet, the elephant can have a significant impact on the environment. Ravaged woodlands, uprooted and dead trees bear testimony to this. Bulls are 30% larger than cows and can be twice as heavy. Bulls can weigh up to 6 tons. Elephants have no natural enemies. However, calves are vulnerable to lions and spotted hyena. Vocal communications uses frequencies down to 14 Hz, which carries very far but is too low for humans to hear. The trunk of the elephant is nose, hand, tool and suction device. It consists of approximately 100,000 muscles, more than exist in total in the human body. Wallowing in the mud and thereafter covering themselves with sand and dust is the elephant's way of protecting its skin from parasites. Interesting scenes of various kinds of symbiosis can be observed along the river. Due to its poor digestive system, elephant dung still contains a lot of usable food items which can be useful to other animals and birds. Cattle egret joins up with larger animals, even as large as elephants. It takes ticks and other parasites off their skin. When the larger animals move about, they tend to disturb insects such as grasshoppers. When they fly up, they are taken by the egret. One of the more interesting birds is the red-billed oxpecker. Their main diet consists of ticks, horseflies, and other ectoparasitic invertebrates. They also feed on wound tissue and dry skin flakes of hosts. Tests done on donkeys where artificial wounds had been inflicted, it was found that when oxpeckers were present, those wounds were healing much faster than without them. This seems to indicate that their saliva is antiseptic. It is amazing how generally tolerant animals are when oxpeckers crawl all over them. Somehow they are aware of that this kind of treatment is beneficial to them. Oxpeckers are often seen on giraffe, kudu, sable antelope, hippopotamus, buffalo, eland, rhinoceros, and Burchell's zebra. For some animals, the Chobe River can be the river of ever-present death. There are some large, powerful lion prides active along the river. Some of them have specialized in the hunting of buffaloes. Some buffalo bulls are trapped between the river and the adjacent bushes. They are keenly watched by some alert lionesses. Lions can sleep during the day up to 20 hours, but now is not the time for sleeping. Lionesses are good hunters, but for a buffalo kill, they require the assistance and brute strength of male lions. During the morning game drive, the presence of black-backed jackals and large numbers of white-backed vultures in the trees indicate that during the night the lions have been successful in killing one of those buffaloes. A sure sign that the vultures have eaten is the bulging crop at the front of the neck. A bunch of vultures sitting on the ground indicate where the carcass of the buffalo is lying. After such a bloody meal, vultures tend to clean themselves with a bath in the river. This one is drying its feathers afterwards. The thick bush along the river provides an ideal cover for another ambush hunter, the leopard. coloring of its skin provides an ideal camouflage. The preferred prey of a leopard is the impala. This young impala ram was carried up into the tree to protect it from being stolen by hyenas or lion, being proof of the enormous strength of a leopard. The Chobe River gives life, but also brings death. This is the cycle of nature. Life is being enjoyed by tourists during the day by observing animals and birds moving freely around in large numbers. In this regard, the Chobe River is a river of plenty. Death is happening out of sight and mostly comes at night. With Botswana boasting the largest concentration of elephants in Africa, when night falls over the Chobe River, it belongs to the elephants.